Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to our matcha tutorial. This is a Wheelassassin video. We're going to be heading to the right side, the far right side of this house today, and going to build ourselves a lovely pool and spa sort of room. Okay, so down the step we go, past the music room, and this is the lovely space we've got to work with. So first things first, we're going to sort out this archway in the door. So you're going to need upside down stone brick stairs just to sort that out, and then we're going to stick some stone blocks in there. Otherwise, we don't want the doorway to be too big because, you know, if there's no giants living in this house, there's no hulks living in this house. We want it to look nice and cozy. So take your smooth stone stairs now, and your smooth stone slab and brick. My bad, sorry about that. And you just want to make this square shape in the corner of this room right now. So we're going to make this actually a good width. So you're going to have 4 blocks in the middle there. So this is actually 5 blocks on all sides. So it's basically a 25 block space. And then you're going to fill the rest of this in. Obviously you can leave some of this empty because we do have to change this up in a second. But for now you can just mark out where everything's going to go with your smooth stone block, which is actually super helpful to use as kind of a marker. So we're going to mark out the pool now, all the way around the outskirts of this space, like so. Alright, this is the space we've got to work with. Pretty awesome. So in this nice space we're going to just quickly fill out the rest of the markings. So we're actually going to make a line now for the pool. So the pool is actually going to go down here, and we need to mark out the deep end, where the deep end is going to be. If you guys have ever been in a pool, like a community pool or just a private pool or something like that, you guys probably know that there's also like a shallow end, and there's actually a deeper end for, you know, experienced swimmers to swim up and down, do length and things like that. So we want to incorporate as much detail as possible into this build without making it too confusing, you know what I mean? So it looks pretty cool. So you can just dig out a nice trench just there, and if you want to fill this back in a little bit you can. I think I might have to in a second, just because I think I made it a little bit too deep for what we want, but we can sort it out in a sec. Now basically what we're going to do is just going to take out a dark oak wood, and we're just going to replace the dirt blocks with it, because dirt doesn't really look that appealing when, especially with a pool. You got to have it nice and clean, nice and germ free, and I think dirt has a lot of worms in it. We don't really want worms in our pool, 100% not. So now you just want to basically fill in the floor with that wood, just to make it a little bit like 1 block higher than we actually dug, and then you're just going to replace the walls in the actual pool itself with this wood. It just looks like a very cozy wood as well. It looks like a log cabin sort of design, so it's very nice. I'm just going to add a line where we're going to put the pool just there. So we need this kind of space over here. You don't have to fill that in if you don't want to, because we're actually going to replace that in a second with some wood a little bit later on. So, and now just this little bit filled in as well. So there you go. You got your pool design. You've also got your little spa area up there as well now. So it's going to look pretty cool. Now we can just fill this pool in with water. Now it wasn't my best idea to fill it in with the water buckets from the top level. It should be from the down the lowest level basically to the highest level, because then you have to go around with the bricks, you know, filling it in to make it the highest level that it can be, so it's all flat. So it wasn't my smartest moment, to be honest, with water, and I'm not very good with water, as you can probably tell from this little clip here. But it's as long as it's all flat and there's no flowing water in your pool, unless of course you want to add a little fountain or something like that. It's really up to you guys. Let me know what you do in the comments below. That'd be awesome. And then we can, you know, I'd love to hear your ideas, how you guys improved this build, or anything that you did want to change for the better. Yeah, definitely let me know. And of course, it's a pool, a private pool, so you gotta have a lovely diving board just here. So we can make this only a block out, maybe 2 actually. If we get ourselves the ladder quick, put it up the back, and then we get ourselves a. Let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, I think the slabs look better because they look a little bit more detailed, so it's kind of like bouncy. The slabs look a little bit more flimsy, so obviously a diving board has a lot of bounce in it. So now you just want to put the stairs on the spa there, and we're going to grab ourselves a tripwire hook for these showers over here. So in a pool, if you guys have been to a pool, like I said, there's always a shower area and also a changing room, which you couldn't fit a changing room in this pool room, unfortunately. But I can imagine you could just go to the bedroom, you know, get changed before you come down to the pool, so it makes sense. Now don't put the water in like I just did. It's a little bit of a silly idea. It was completely my fault, and then I tried to do this for some reason with the iron to block the water out, see if it would actually go in that one block gap, but it doesn't. It's quite a flowing tap there, so we need to just pick that back up and stick some cauldrons in the bottom to add a drain like this. So yeah, showers in the pool just to wash off with the chlorine that you might get from the spa and the pool itself. So you can actually fill the cauldrons in with water if you want to, just to add a little bit more detail. It's really up to you. You can leave them empty if you would like to, and you can also use different stained glass if you want as well. So now we're going to fill the spa in, this time properly, how we should have filled the pool in, all the same level water, so it's actually all still. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some flower pots around the outskirts. Don't do this just yet either, because like I said, we're going to change this pattern to wood. It was just so we can mark out where we're going to put everything. And I was kind of experimenting here with different designs. And I think the flowers add a lovely bit of detail to the build. And I didn't mean to do that whatsoever, so just go fill that back in. There we go. So, different tulips I use for this build. It just looks very colourful and something inviting, you know. A spa is supposed to look inviting, it's supposed to look relaxing and things, so that's what we try to go for here. Now here I was trying to figure out how we can make bubbles into the build, and I tried to put campfires in, but obviously the water would extinguish it, so it was a silly idea. I did come up with the end, I did kind of do experimenting and go and research this a little bit further, and I found people use soul sand, which was actually a very clever idea, which is you just basically put it in where this wood is, and it makes bubbles to make it look like it's warm water. So it's very, very clever, and I can't quite remember who actually taught me this, which video it was. If I remember, I will stick it in the comments below or the description. So definitely check it out. Very awesome indeed. So this is where I had the kind of bright idea to change up the wood, the stone for wood. I started putting trapdoors around the place, and I was thinking, you know what, we could actually make this wood, it would look a little bit more cozy, a little bit more like a warm room, not so much cold stone, you know. It's supposed to look nice and delightful. So instead of the trapdoors, you can keep the trapdoors around the outskirts there if you want, but we're just going to grab some dark oak logs, and these are super helpful. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take off the flowers for now, stick them back on afterwards, but just mark out the spa for now with your logs, and then you can stick the flower pots back in, nice and simple, all the way around the outskirts like we did before. And we just might want to put the flowers together just so we can make it a little bit easier for ourselves. There you go. And alternate the flowers as well, just a little bit more colour, a little bit more like a rainbow as well. Very awesome indeed. Stick your logs around on the inside of the pool now. Don't worry about the exterior blocks at the moment. The ones in the corners, you won't be able to see them because they're under the floor, so it's not really a big deal at the moment. But if you want to change them for your own personal preference, absolutely do it. It's up to you guys. Dark oak planks now, just to fill in the space here. There we go. And this wood looks like it was built for something for a pool, really. We can also swap that stone slab for a normal slab as well if we want to. It's up to you again. Okay, look at that. That's looking very, very nice. Very sort of definitely inviting, like I said. So dark oak slab now, just to fill in that space there for the staircase. There you go. How cool does that look? Now the pool looks a little bit like it's on its own at the moment, so we need to give this a little bit more detail as well. So what we're going to do is going to grab some oak planks, and we're going to replace the edge of the pool with the oak, but we're going to use birch because obviously it looks nice and bright, and it looks so good with the dark oak. If you guys know me and my Minecraft tutorials, you'll know that I love the woods together. The woods just look incredible when they're all mixed up, you know, trying to use all the different ones in the same build. I just think it looks very bright and colourful and delightful, so yeah, that's kind of why I use it, really. Now there is a little bit of a danger gap there underneath the diving board, so you can fill that in if you wanted to, just make it a little bit more safe. I don't know why I left mine kind of open, to be honest. It's a little bit dangerous, but let's just hope that no one goes in it who can't swim very well. So stick your boat in now. You know, it adds a little bit of a floating device, sort of like a swan. You know, a swan that you have in the pools normally. It's up to you again. I might add a dark oak one just to make it look a bit more blending in with the actual woods around the place. You could add a birch one as well if you want. Oh man, I just want to go for a swim. Wow, okay. So now we need a little bit more detail on the walls, because the walls looking a little bit empty at the moment. So we might have to switch this flower out in the corner there of the spar, because the lanterns don't actually hang from the walls, which I thought they did until I did this build. So at least I learnt my lesson. So stick one on the corners if you want to. Maybe we'll remove that one, and then stick another one over here, but we're going to have to put it on a upside down stair sticking out from the wall. So if you guys remember where we built our hallway tutorial, well actually I think it was one of the first vids we did when we were building the mansion, we put these little things on with little plant pots on. So we're just going to basically do the same thing just in those corners there. Alright, nice. This is coming along very, very nicely. So you can add a little pattern there if you want to. It's just, I was kind of experimenting at this point. I was kind of thinking, how can we make this way better? But I didn't think that was probably the way to go. So you can stick some blinds up with the banners if you wanted to as well, because you don't want anyone looking through the windows and you're having a swim or anything like that, if you want a little bit of privacy. But the windows, I made them quite high up as well, just so that you could still get the light coming in from outside of the mansion, but it was still high enough up so that no one could peek in. So now we're going to grab ourselves some stained glass and stick this through to the actual stage area of the music room. So we're going to have to replace our illegible banners on the other side after this. But grab the glass you want. I'm just going to use very random colours and stick them in the back wall here. So we're basically adding a little stained glass window to our lovely pool room. So it adds also a bit more colour, and it also adds a little bit more light to the room as well, which is really helpful when it comes to actually sticking the lamps and sea lanterns on the top of the roof, because it will save us a little bit of hassle, because the room is already quite bright itself. So there you go. This doesn't quite match the pool, so we just need to make this one more block long. It might look a little bit strange because of the lantern there, but it is up to you guys. Oh, look at that. I think that looks pretty epic anyway. From the music room's perspective, it looks quite bright for the band as well. So how cool is that? I love this tutorial. It's one of my favourite ones I think I've done ever. There we go, guys. I think that is pretty much the pool done. And obviously you can add a couple more paintings around the place if you want to. Maybe a 4-block one just here. I think that'll look pretty good. Oh yeah, Starry Night, that'll look really, really nice. There we go, get it back. I accidentally broke it. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this Wheelassassin video. I'm about to go for a swim in this pool because it looks amazing. And I'll see you guys next time for another Wheelassassin tutorial. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy. Have a good one.